What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back to the channel. Dickie Does Audio. Wanted to do a video on the Klipsch THX Ultra2 KL650. And I wanted to do a video on these in just music, just two-channel listening. And the reason being is obviously I know these are meant more for home theater use. And so that's basically the sound that it would be directed towards these speakers would just be that home theater sound. But I also think that a lot of people who are buying home theater speakers, they also want that speaker to sound good when they listen to music. And so I thought, you know what, why not bring these upstairs, check them out, listen to them for, a little bit and see what they sound like just listening to them and with music. And so I figure, honestly, with the price tag that are on these, they should do a pretty damn good job with music also. I understand that, they may do a little better with movies and things like that, but you would think that they would still sound pretty damn good with music. So with that being said, these are the Ultra 2s, the KL 650s. They have a 1-inch titanium dome tweeter. They have two 6.5-inch, I don't want to call them bass drivers, they're just drivers, speakers. But they have a lot of bass. The bass that comes out of these is very nice. This speaker has more bass output than any speaker that I've talked about in any of the videos that I've done. And I guess it should, in a sense, being that it has more surface area, cone surface area, and with the two 6.5-inch drivers, two 6.5s, I guess, would lend more bass, or it should, than an 8-inch driver, or especially a 5.25. The mid-range on these speakers is very nice. They sound, the mid-range and the bass is actually good. It's very good. Where these speakers lack, and this is amazing to me because it's Klipsch, these speakers don't have any freaking treble. They do, but it's lacking. It's the treble frequency. I would love if I was able to do just a sweep in here just to see where the frequencies roll off on these whenever they're set to, flat basically on the receiver. Whenever I listen to all these speakers, I have the treble and the bass both set to 0 because I don't want to enhance the speaker at all. I just want to listen to the speaker and see what the manufacturer was meant to do. Whenever they built this speaker, everything for them is basically at 0 and 0 too. So that's the way that they intended for the speaker to sound. And that's the way that I want to listen to it to give my opinion on it. And so whenever I've, listened to these for a while and I find out that, man, the treble is really lacking in these, it was kind of surprising. Like I said, Klipsch is definitely not known for that. So if you're looking into buying these and you're thinking movies, great. If you're thinking of buying these for music listening, I'm not going to say no, but you have to turn the treble up a little bit. And when you do turn the treble up, in all honesty, they come to life and they sound great. But like I said, in order to have to turn the treble up to get them to get everything to come to life, it just didn't seem right for a Klipsch speaker. And so anyway, whenever I was listening, I started doing some research and looked at the specs for these. And something that stood out to me was the crossover point. The crossover point on these is 1400. And if you've watched any of the other videos that I've done, I did a video on the RB81s versus the RB35s. And the Klipsch RB81 also has a crossover point at 1400 hertz, and the Klipsch RB81 or the Klipsch RB35 has a crossover point at 2350. Okay, so these back to these Ultra 2s real quick. The sound stage on these is it's they're actually very direct. You know, they don't have a huge sound stage to them unless you're sitting far enough away. Once you get close, the sound stage just it's gone. You hear right speaker and you hear left speaker. You know, you don't get that good imaging like you do from some other speakers. And so that whenever I was doing some research and I found the crossover points, I just remembered the RB81, and so something I looked at these, and one thing that stuck out to me was just the how deep the tweeter sits back on these, and it's actually pretty dang dusty in there, neither. But so the tweeter sits back a good 2, maybe 3 inches back there. It's back there a ways, and that's before it gets to the mouth of the horn here. And over here on the RB81, very similar. You know, the tweeter sits back a good 1.5 or 2 inches or so back there before it gets to the mouth of the horn. So the dispersion, you would just, it's not there. It's a very direct speaker. And, you know, I know most people are, they think, you know, it's a horn speaker, so it's just going to automatically be, it's automatically going to have a really wide sound stage, and that's not so. And it took me up, you know, up until, I guess, listening to these and these to realize that horn speakers do not always guarantee a really wide sound stage. Now we go over here to the RB35s, and man, the lighting's terrible. But we go over here to the RB35s, and if you can see that, I'm sorry for the, what the frick, man. Anyways, the tweeter on the RB35 here is not recessed or sunk back nowhere near the distance that it is on the 81s and the Ultra 2s. So that, in my opinion, that would be the reason why these two speakers do not have a really, really wide sound stage. And like I said, I know that sounds like it doesn't fit. You know, no, it's a Klipsch, or it's a horn loaded speaker. It's got to be a wide dispersion. It's got to have a big sound stage. And sorry, not so much on these ones, unless you're sitting far enough back from them. You know, and that's not always the case, because the Studio 530s that I talked about in one of the other videos, the sound stage on them, the imaging was phenomenal. You know, you could almost get right up next to those speakers, in between them, and standing almost in line with them, and you could still hear the voice or whatever, the singer still sound like they were standing right in front of you. And so anyway, I would have to say overall, these THX Ultra 2s, for 2-channel music, you could spend your money better elsewhere. Now for home theater, you know, we'll take them downstairs and eventually get a video done with these downstairs, and I think we'll all, we probably all know what the result of that would be, you know, because that's what these are meant for. And if you get the toe in just right, and with the 3 front speakers up, all 3 of your front speakers being, you know, on the same plane and pointed right at you, I think that, you know, we all know that these are going to be a pretty damn good speaker. Now, are they going to be the best speaker for home theater? I don't know. You know, I have other speakers. I like to swap them out, and I've been stuck on one set of speakers downstairs for quite some time now, and I'll do a review on those down the road, or an opinion. I don't really necessarily like the word review, because it seems like it sounds like it should be set in stone, and this is just my opinion. So anyway, like I said, these speakers, they do sound really, really nice. Boost the treble up just a little bit and everything comes to life. But like I said, for 2-channel listening, for music listening or whatever, you can spend your money better elsewhere. You know, you can, for the price tag of these, you can definitely buy a better speaker for a lot less money when it comes to music. Now, like I said, home theater, we'll get into that on another day. So if any of this is kind of interesting to you guys, and you want to get any, you want to be notified of any upcoming videos, hit the subscribe button, like the video. And like I said, I have several other videos that'll be coming out, in the future of other speakers. I think I want to start possibly diving into some of the Miller and Chrysler speakers that I have, and go from there. So until next time, YouTubers, thanks.